Here's my custom MK14 EBR gel ball blaster from xforcetacusa.com. That's where the stock blaster came from, of course. I did all the custom stuff to it. Now, I really like this blaster, but I've learned from talking to William at X-Force Tac, and then my good friend Corey from Australia, who is an expert and a guru when it comes to gel ball blasters, that this blaster, it's very hard to find mags, extra mags for them, right? So this is what the mag looks like. And apparently it's just extremely difficult to find these in Australia, and then of course now in the United States. So I wanted to see if I could adapt an M4A1 or a Gen 8 style drum mag to work with it, because I do have extra ones of those around, and I have a 3D printer. And I was able to. So it doesn't always go good. I was able to make one for the Evo Scorpions that worked. However, then I kind of gave up. I was working on one for the MP9 Lahui, and it wasn't working, and I kind of gave up on it, and I don't have that blaster anymore. But this one works. So you can see here, we got a drum mag, and it adapts, and it actually fits in here, and I'll show a demo where I actually use it as well. So not super pretty, because what I had to do was find a couple different files, STL 3D printer files, kind of mate them together, and then do a lot of, I guess I'd say, manual fabrication with plastic welding, sanding, that kind of stuff. So I was able to find an Airsoft M14 mag cover. So the M14 and the MK14 apparently are very similar. And that was a piece that you see this right here, was a full mag, basically sleeve, where that would slide over the bottom part of the sleeve, I guess just for cosmetic looks. But it was the right form factor and the right size, or very close to it, close enough that I could scale it to get it perfect, right? Now you can find a lot of different M4 mag adapters that are for airsoft, and that's where I got this bottom piece from. I can't remember what it was adapting the mag to, but it was a different blaster. So I took that 3D file and sliced off the piece that I wanted, and saved that separately. And then really I kind of built the piece in just slicing software, because I can't model, and then went ahead and printed it from there. First did a couple little test prints with just pieces, small slices, to make sure things fit. And they did, and then was able to print it out. And still, like I said, after that, just had to do a lot of manual manipulation and fabrication to get it to fit. So it doesn't look super pretty on top, because I didn't want to paint the top, because I didn't want to cause any more, really give it any more size. And I didn't want to paint the terminals. So, it's definitely functional, but not as pretty as it could be. And then I needed these notches here, because those are actually what hold it in so that the mag release works. Otherwise, just lined up the wires, and connected them, and then removed the little release button, the little pressure release button that's on the top of these mags, on top of most mags, so that there's easy flow of the gel balls coming up. And it works great, it primes, and it shoots fine. So very happy with how it turned out, and I think it looks pretty enough, especially because the ugly part, this is mostly the ugly part, is up inside the blaster, and the rest of it looks good. So it's just pretty cool to be able to figure something out like that. And of course, when it goes right, it's a lot happier time than when you can't figure out and it's going wrong and things aren't lining up or feeding properly. Yeah, I had to use, like, that was a feed tube from a leftover Evo Scorpion mag that I had laying around, and I no longer have any Evo Scorpions. So I thought, oh, I found this mag, I might as well use that feed tube, and that's what I did right there. So pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. Comments or questions, post them below. Just try to give you some insight into some of the different things I do. I know some of you guys care about that, some of you don't. So if you don't, skip this one and watch something else. But of course, we'll do a demo with it too. So comments or questions, post them below. Like, subscribe. If I'm not to 10K subs by the time this is published, help me get there. And of course, I got my monthly giveaways all the time anyway.